Hey everybody, how's it going? Hope you're having a lovely day. Welcome to today's episode of How You're Getting Effed. I'm your host, Louis Rossman. In today's episode of You Will Not Repair What You Own, you will not be able to use what you own without connecting it to a cloud computer, you will not be able to use what you own at all because the activation server has been turned off on your perpetual license, we're going to be talking about the concept of ownership with treadmills. You know, that thing that after you buy it 3 weeks later, it turns into a clothes rack. That thing. This is yet another reason that you shouldn't buy a treadmill, and if you want to exercise, simply go for a run around the block, go swimming in a lake, do anything other than buy a device that you know in your heart of hearts you're not going to use. The reason 99% of people buy treadmills is because they believe that they will go exercise if they are able to run inside without going outside. However, if you are at the point in your life where you are not willing to walk outside of your house to do exercise, most likely your treadmill that you purchase is going to become a clothes rack. Just how I know. I have owned a treadmill before, never used it. Every single person I know that buys a treadmill never uses it. They become clothes racks, all of them. Now, today we're going to be going over a Q4 2024 shareholder letter from Peloton themselves. They are a publicly traded company, so they do release a letter to shareholders, and there's some funny content in here that I think is very important to go over in this video if I figure out how to actually be a proper video releaser and all that stuff on YouTube and actually have it show up. So it says over here, although these secondary market sales are not from Peloton-owned channels or any of our own distribution partners, we want to ensure these new members receive the same high-quality onboarding experience that Peloton is known for. With that in mind, we're initiating a new one-time $95 used equipment activation fee in the US and Canada. They're talking about the secondary market continuing to deliver a steady stream of paid connected fitness, but they're also saying they're not buying it from us. And because they're not buying it from us, we're not getting as much money out of these users as we'd want. Since this thing connects to the internet to make it work, that means if you want to make it work, they always have the ability to fuck with you. That is what happens with cloud-connected devices. As long as a cloud-connected device is not connecting to your own server, sucks to suck. Now, a big part of Peloton, a big part of what it is you're buying here is the ability to actually connect to their server and get access to all their workout programs, routines, and everything else. And these programs typically cost somewhere around, I think, like $45 a month. So I could hear people saying, Louis, if you're willing to spend over $500 a year, then what's the point of complaining about it? And shut the fuck up, you little simp. I'm so sick and tired of those people. I genuinely am. They make the world a worse place. They are the reason that progress has moved backwards rather than forwards when it comes to freedom, right to repair, and ownership in general. We have not accepted that when you transfer a device from one person to another, that you have to give the company a fee simply to be able to use that device. If I sell my Shure RMCE BT2 over here, which is the best Bluetooth adapter on earth for MMCX headphones to somebody else, I don't have to pay Shure, nor does the person that bought it have to pay Shure in order for that thing to work. If I sell one of these Amazon hard drives that Chris got that doesn't work to somebody else, assuming that they don't shoot me first, they don't have to give money to Hitachi or Toshiba in order for it to work. It's not a thing. If these Axiom M3 speakers in front of me, if I sell them to somebody else, the transaction is between myself and the person I sold it to. That's it. Nobody else is supposed to be involved in that transaction. Now, if you want to take a look over here, it becomes very, very obvious really quickly why it is they're doing this. And let me tell you that this is not going to fix the problem. If you look at their financials over here, you will see, if you want to get an idea why they're doing this and why, in my opinion, this $95 is really pissing into the ocean with regards to this company's problems, let's just hit Control F in this document and search for the words net loss. I'm not even going to read what they all are because at this point, when the numbers are this large, it doesn't even matter. Net loss, 30 million. 551 million, 167.3 million, 241 million. Net loss, 241.8 million, 167.3 million, 30.5 million, 30.5 million, 241.8 million, 551.9 million, 1.261 billion. And it goes on and on and on. Charging your customers a $95 fee after they've sold the product. Something tells me you guys have bigger problems to deal with. Personally, I don't believe that this is going to solve Peloton's problems. When you look at the number of users of Pelotons, you look at how many people are selling them, and you look at the $95 fee, this is, again, and as I said, pissing into the ocean here. If you charge somebody $175 for a mattress and $100 for shipping, that is a ripoff. If you charge somebody $300 for a mattress and free shipping, well, that's a deal. That is consumer psychology, and unfortunately, that is the case even when somebody is not getting screwed. Here, you are actively trying to screw them. You are saying upfront in this thing, you're out of money, you need to make more money. Here's a way to try and make more money. For me, I'm not even as bothered at this anti-ownership bullcrap as I am at the stupidity of the executives of this company. If you need to make more money, again, $175 plus 100 shipping, rip off. 300 in free shipping, it's a deal. This treadmill costs over $1,000. If you need to make more money, if something's wrong here, add 50 or 90 bucks onto the cost of the treadmill. You know that 100% of the users that buy this are not going to sell the treadmill. So you wouldn't even have to add $95 to the cost of it if you want to make the extra money. If you wanted to make that extra money from when they're used, you wanted to make up for it, you could charge an additional 30 to 60 bucks for the treadmill and you'd be fine. And when you're talking about a device that costs something like $1,400, an additional $45, you could just say, listen, I don't know, inflation, cost of bare metals going up that go into the treadmill, cost of labor, political climate, whatever the hell else, and people would accept it far more than they would accept a $95 activation fee. You know, from a sheer business point of view, this is so fucking stupid because you're aggravating so many people when you don't have to. You could actually make the same amount of money, if not more amount of money that you would make via this fee by simply raising the cost of your product a little bit that people would accept based on the cost of the product as it is. But charging this type of fee so that somebody could sell the product for the ability to use something they already bought and paid for, it feels like nickel and diming, and people don't like that shit. And I hope that people don't accept it. I hope that they just do the thing that they're supposed to do. And if you want to go running, go outside. I do that in the morning and it's free. Sometimes if I want something that's a little bit lighter on my knees, I'll go over to Jessica Hollis Park or something like that, or maybe Barton Springs, and I'll just go swimming in the water. It would cost me nothing. Nothing. And that's how it's supposed to be. If I want to lift weights, if I want to get swole, I got to buy weights. I got to maybe go to a gym, stuff like that. But cardio, my friends, is free. It's everywhere. Go outside. Trust me. It won't kill you. That's it for today. And as always, I hope you learned something. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye now.